Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Darlene Jones. I'm a brand ambassador for Light Elegance. I have had several nail techs ask how I do a feel in the salon, how to keep time down, and be proficient. So I decided to do a video. This is in real time, and I'm only going to be doing one hand, showing you guys how I do with one hand. So let's get started. This is Erica's ATA carbide bit. I believe it is the violet bit. To start with, I am just taking off the color and the glitter that's over top to get down to the base gel. And she had on Baby Pink Extreme, I think. So we're just filing down to that and getting rid of some bulk and taking down her length. I always take extra care to make sure that the free edge is thinned down at this point, so that we don't add bulk whenever we're doing our feel. A lot of the structure of her nail this time was with clear one step, I believe. So we're taking these down a little bit more than I normally would with a feel. And we're going to have to build back a little bit more structure because she was wanting to do a glitter fade for this feel. But yeah, this is like the first step. We just want to take off the color and start in the process of rebuilding the structure back to the nail, getting the structure where it needs to be. So we're just thinning out on the free edge. This bit is pretty heavy duty, so I just take off color with it. I don't do any other prep with it, not to touch the natural nail. And this is Erica's ATA taper bit, and this is one of my favorite bits because it does do prep and will take off the extra color that's around the edges. And I can also check the free edge and make sure that it's thin enough. And this is a diamond bit. This is probably my favorite bit. I use it on every client, whether it's gel polish or if it is a hard gel service. Just because you can touch the skin with it and it doesn't do any damage whatsoever. So it also does cuticle prep too. Okay, now that we have the nail mostly prepped, I always go back in with a hand file. This is the perfect file, the LE perfect file. I love this file. I'm just going in and just making a little edges in the nail to make sure that the gel adheres well, and to do a little bit of shaping of the free edge to make sure that your free edge is straight and starting into the shape that you want. I actually do most of my shaping during this process too, because I normally do around 7 to 8 clients a day, and I need to be able to get the client in and out as quickly as possible so that it doesn't make my days extremely long. So I try to get fills done within an hour for just a simple fill like this one is. But I use the end of this file to make sure that the cuticle is pushed back, because sometimes the bit doesn't get it pushed all the way back as nicely as I would like for it to. So I also use the file to push back the cuticle while I'm roughing up the nail plate for nail prep. I've been doing nails for about 12 years, so I've found some things to help speed up a fill process, and this is just some tricks that I have found that works great for me. And everyone has their own tricks, but and stuff that works better for them, but this is just the process that works better for me. I also, as I'm doing this last part of the prep process, I always am checking to make sure that the free edge is thin, so that we don't get added bulk on the end, because we are going to be going back in and putting a color gel and a glitter gel on the tips of her nails, so we don't want added bulk. So we've got to keep those free edges thin. But as you can see, I haven't taken a huge amount of product off her nail. That's a trick that Jim told us, and Darcy and Jane also, that it's good for them if we remove all the product, but it's not for us as nail techs, because the more dust we make, the more expensive it is for us. So I try to only file off the necessity for the fill, and to make sure that everything looks good underneath, that there's not any lifting. But I always go back through and check to make sure I have to make the edges, the free edge, to be thin, because we are going back in and going to be adding a couple of layers to the end. I have my LE Pro cleanser in a spray bottle, and I have found that it keeps me from using as much, and I still I'm able to get the nail beds clean and get the dust removed. So that's just a little tip that I have learned through the years. And this is my tack brush. If you notice that a trick that was taught by another Light Elegance educator, Lisa, that if you trim your brush almost in half, it keeps you from getting too much tack on the nail. I love tack, but tack, you need to be careful with it that you don't get too much tack on the nail, and you want to get it rubbed in good. So you just want it to be super, super thin on the nail, and make sure that you just work it in so that you get the best adhesion to your gel product. So then I cured that for 30 seconds. I cured the tack for 30 seconds. And I'm using the Lexy number 6 brush with pink 1 step. Putting down just a thin slip layer. 1 step has the least viscosity, so it does self-level really quick. So with that slip layer on, it just takes a second for your gel to level. And if you notice, I'm putting most of the gel back in the back next to the cuticle area where we're building the structure back, because I did take some of the structure down whenever it was filing. So we need to build the structure back and to have a good coverage, because we are going to be doing a French glitter fade. And I don't know why I skipped the ring finger. We were having an in-depth conversation while I was doing this, and I skipped the ring finger, but I do go back. And I do flash cure in between each nail for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. You'll see it's not long, probably 5 seconds, just to set the gel so that it doesn't run into the sidewalls or back into the cuticle. And if you'll notice, I am holding the finger down so that the gel is not going to run back into the cuticle or down into the free edge. You'll see I'm just 5-second cure, just pretty much in and out of the light, so that it just flash cures and holds it. And then we'll do a final 30-second cure at the end. And if you'll notice, I am putting very, very, very little product back onto the tip of the nail, because we want to keep those free edges we want to keep the free edges thin, so that we don't have that bulk at the end, because the more perfect that you can get the structure and the shape of the nail now, the less you will have to finish file, if any. In this case, I didn't finish file. You'll notice that after this step, we go straight into color. I don't always do that, but sometimes I need to refine my shape a little bit. But with this set, I got the shape good enough with just letting the gel level itself. And that is something I always try to do, is try to get the gel on as perfect as possible, so I don't have to finish file or very minimal finish filing. It just saves a lot of time when you're doing as many clients as I am in a day's time. If you have any questions about these steps, feel free to message me. I try to get back with everyone within a couple of hours. Sometimes if I'm really busy at the salon, it takes me a little bit longer, but I promise I will get back to you and answer any questions that you have. This is the first video that I've done like this, and if you guys like it, I will do some more. I want to help teach you anything that you need to know about Light Elegance. Okay, I'm using the gel polish brush here, and I thought that I had shown the product, but this is Little Rebel. This is from It's All About Me collection, and this is, of course, my favorite because blues are always my favorite. So with a glitter fade, this is the most popular service that I do. All of my clients love this. It's just really popular in my area. So I kinda paint out a French line. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going back in to put glitter over top of it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just try to get them all about the same thickness. But yeah, I probably do, half of my clients have glitter fades. So I've kind of found some shortcuts with this. So I hope this helps to teach you how to do a glitter fade a little faster. So this service took me 45 minutes, I believe. Okay, I'm going back in with the second coat, but I'm only adding just a little bit. So if you'll notice, it's just a very, very thin coat to just kind of blend back because the glitter is going to go in this area, and this just helps it to look blended and gives it more of an ombre effect. I love this color so much. It's such a great blue for winter. Actually, it's a great blue for any time of year. Okay, I'm always right. This is also from the It's All About Me winter collection from Light Elegance. And I don't think I showed this brush. This is the just the oval brush. Number 4 oval brush. And she wanted glitter solid on her ring finger, so that's what we're doing there. But I did wipe it away from the tip just a little bit because I wanted it to, the blue tip to show through better. And after this, I'm going to flash cure for just a second, just so that glitter is set and doesn't try to run away from us, because it was a little warm in the salon that day. So I typically just tap the glitter on at the French line, and then if you'll notice, I turn my brush sideways to kind of push the little pieces of glitter back and towards the end so that you get a good fade. But where the concentration of the glitter is over top of that blended second coat that we did. This glitter is so gorgeous. If you'll see me turn my brush sideways to kind of push the little pieces back. All right, and then I did a full 30-second cure, and I'm just going through and checking and making sure that I don't need to work on my structure, and I didn't. So we're going straight in with Super Shiny. Be sure to cap your free edge and get up to your cuticle line without flooding your cuticle line. All you need is just a little bit of this stuff. It is great. You always want to make sure that your free edges are capped good, because this will help with wear, because most of my clients are 4-week appointments, so this just gives them a lot of extra wear. And now we go in for a full 60-second cure. And I'm just checking and making sure that there's no little pieces of glitter sticking out. And to make sure that we have nice crisp edges. If you'll notice, I'm just barely filing on the underneath side of these, not to take off any color or the top coat. And I'm spraying with the Pro Cleanser again. I actually did wipe before I filed. I don't know, I didn't video that, but before I started filing, I did cleanse the nails. So this is just cleaning the second layer of dust off. And then always go back in with your LE Pro cuticle oil and rehydrate that skin. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And that's how I do a quick salon feel. And I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here for you guys. Thank you. Have a great day.